Okay, stop the music, stop the music, stop the music. Welcome to the channel, guys. Um, first of all, let me see the comments. It says big up, bro, long time. Big up to you. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Hope you're all doing well. Say yes, yes from Toxin. Says yes, yes. Hit the likes up. Smash the like button. Big up to you, Jerry. Hello, Patrick. Hope you're keeping healthy. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to keep healthy. Very, very healthy times, trying to keep healthy. Says Man City have cooled their interest in Morgan Gibbs White and turned attention to Chersky. Where are you getting that from? Where are you getting that from? Unknown, where are you getting that from? Anyway, guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. So, anyway, Rodrygo to Man City. We got a report. Is it from Maria GMC? She's a Twitch streamer. Obviously, look, at the end of the day, she's a Twitch streamer. Most people say you don't really believe Twitch streamers or somebody who's a Twitch streamer. But the thing about her is she got some of the news right. She's got news right in the past. She got news right with most of the Madrid signings. So a lot of people believe her, and a lot of people have told me to believe her. They've said she is actually a very good source for Madrid news. So it is what it is. I just wanted to talk about it and say. So she shared this again. Obviously, it's been translated. So she was doing a program with a few people, right? So when doing a program with a few people, she says it seems I'm not the only person that is saying Rodrygo is going to Man City. She then tags one of the people who are in the stream with her, say the same thing today live on today's live stream. So basically, she's claiming that a lot of people were saying she's the only one that said Rodrygo is going to Man City. But at the end, she's like, I'm not the only one saying it. Another person has heard the same rumors. This is our original one, though. This is the first one. She says, Rodrygo goes, Man City. Okay, I don't know. This is in Spanish. I wish I could translate it. So bear me for a minute. So Rodrigo goes to Man City. This is what I've been told. That's what she said. This is her original one, and a lot of people say, okay, she's reliable. She's very reliable, and at the end of the day, everybody has believed. So it looks like it is. She is. So here it is over here. Translate says Rodrigo goes to Man City. An open secret that only needs to be officially communicated. Thank you very much and good luck, Rodrigo. This was her first one that she wrote out. That she obviously said, okay, Rodrigo is going over to Man City. So that's what we're basing it on. We're not basing it on that. And then the thing is, there has been a lot of rumors throughout this transfer window. Last year, they said Man City were speaking to Rodrigo, and obviously he did not want to move. But now it looks like every single day we are listening, oh, Rodrigo this, Rodrigo that. Obviously, there's rumors that Rodrigo has said himself that he wants to stay at Madrid. But if people believe that this Maria girl who's a Twitch streamer, and people say she's got a lot of news right before, then maybe it's true. Maybe Rodrigo is coming. What do you think, Keokster? What do you think of this Rodrigo news? Do you think it's just Fugazi, as you always say?
Yeah, this kind of feels like a fugazi to me because there's been a lot of stuff in the past about Rodrygo just like being obsessed with Real Madrid and he loves them and he doesn't ever want to leave. So why would that all of a sudden change? Maybe something's going on behind the scenes. Um, I just don't know. Like, I guess Real Madrid had a really tough season. They really underperformed. They didn't win any trophies or any major trophies. I think they won the Super Cup and I don't know what they won, some like Continental Cup or something, whatever replaced the Club World Cup. But I have noticed that every time they lose a game, it's always Rodrygo's fault. Even when he doesn't play, it's somehow his fault. So maybe he's just getting tired of all that crap and wants to go. And when you think about it, there's not very many teams that like somebody like him would go to. Like, he's going to Liverpool, he's going to Bayern Munich, he's coming to Man City. Those are the kind of teams he's looking at. I don't know if he's going to a Chelsea or an Arsenal because I don't think they're quite on the same level as we are. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of rumors that this Maria chick is well connected. There were rumors that she got the Jude Bellingham thing before anybody else did, and the Mbappe stuff early. So I don't know who to believe. I just never trust Spanish media. I don't know. Have any city sources really come out with this, or has it all just been Spanish
Nah.
media?
So, Fab hasn't said anything. Any city sources haven't said anything. But there has been non-city sources, Brazilian sources, and obviously her coming out recently, and then people backing her up, saying that regardless the fact that she's a streamer, somebody told me that she's actually got the Jude news right. She got Mbappe's news right before other people, so maybe she is connected. Maybe she's in the know. I know this. I already saw this that Man City have made a good bid for Reinders
It has
already,
another
and
point in the
yeah,
chat too.
yeah, I think I have. I have already checked this already. I think I checked this already, and it says Rodrigo is a good player, a baller, but I don't want him. I know it sounds mad, but I don't want to take any minutes off Mamosh. I don't think he'll take minutes off Mamosh. I highly doubt it. I think, look,
Might
as
be
bad as
coming after
look,
Foden's minutes.
mm, do you know what people say? He's complaining, playing that. No, I don't think. I think he complains because he gets. I think Rodrigo doesn't care where he plays, but I think it's the fact that you just say at Madrid, it seems like it's always him. If they want to drop somebody, if they bring a star, remember it used to be Isco, Rodrigo was on the bench. Like it's always somebody who plays and Rodrigo is on the bench. Valverde sometimes was being played as a winger and Rodrigo was on the bench, and he was being brought in as a impact sub. Maybe he just wants to go to a place where they appreciate him and he is the one. He's 24 years old. He's won so many Champions League. Maybe Rodrigo just wants to go somewhere where he's appreciated. It doesn't matter if he plays at the right hand side. Because to be honest with you, at the right hand side, that's where he's cooked us. He's cooked Man City at the right hand side. Says our cousin works in Madrid, right? I don't know. Don't start those jokes. Don't start those jokes. I want Turkey as well, not one or the other. If I had a choice between one player, I would choose Turkey. Okay, God, I hope we don't sign Rodrigo. That's a desperate signing. That won't solve any of our problems. How do you take that, Kelkster? He says Rodrigo is a desperate signing and won't solve any of our problems.
Well, we don't exactly have a left winger because don't a lot of us think that Marmoush is going to play behind Holland? Although some people do think it's going to be kind of inverting from the left wing. I don't know. Rodrygo's just like a star name, Brazilian superstar, that kind of stuff. So I can kind of see the board maybe wanting to do that after losing out on Florian Wirtz, just to be like, hey, we can still sign the big stars. But I'm like, you just did that in January with Omar Marmoush. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this, I'm not a tactico, so I don't know how this works tactically. Maybe somebody's done a breakdown about that. But how do you set up a team if you have Holland, Rodrygo, Marmoush, and Foden? Does somebody have to be benched? I wouldn't even know how to begin with that. I know Rodrygo plays a lot of right wing for Real Madrid, but I know his like preference is to play like kind of that left wing that inverts behind the striker. But I don't know if he's going to do that here because isn't that what Omar Marmoush is going to do? It just feels like the right side of the pitch has been so dead, and then everybody who gets stuck on the right wing, like everything just dies for them. So I don't know. I don't know how this works tactically. Somebody smarter than me has to break it down.
I don't know. You can still. This is what I believe, right? I think people are saying, "Oh, what are you gonna do with him?" I think he's a player that you still need in a team like this. Because first of all, it's the same people who keep complaining about Savio and Doku being young, saying they're not able to perform in good places. I would still play Rodrygo and Mamush. I would still play Rodrygo at the right hand side, and I think Rodrygo would be your first choice, and then Savio and Doku would be the guys coming off the bench, or you never know. Everybody will get minutes. I just feel like, look, we are all excited, and Kilkster is right. This is a big mega signing. So you never know. Maybe the board is listening to us because everybody keeps talking about Rodrygo. Everybody keeps twerking for Rodrygo. You've been doing it for years as a fan base. And every time Rodrygo is mentioned, everybody gets too excited. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But for me, if this girl is this girl streamer, is in Maria, if she's reliable enough, then maybe it's true. And I don't think I can blame Madrid getting rid of Rodrygo because do they get rid of Hendrick? Hendrick just came in and they invested so much in Hendrick. Do they get rid of Mbappe? Do they get rid of Vini? No, they don't get rid of Vini. They don't get rid of Mbappe, Vini, or Hendrick. I don't know. So maybe Rodrygo might make space.
Oh, Hendrick. I thought you said Hendrick, and I was like,
no,
who the hell is Hendrick?
Yeah, Hendrick.
Hendrick's a striker, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's like the fun three. So if you're because Rodrygo can also play false nine, but
Ooh, Pep could maybe have a formation like when Holland doesn't play or is injured. Ooh, what if he did like a Rodrygo Marmouche false nine type setup? Kind of like what he was doing with Gundogan and De Bruyne, but doing it with much better players than Rodrygo and Marmouche. That would
you're
actually
right.
be really interesting.
Yeah, right. That's a lie. Saying Rodrigo is a trash signing, that's probably a lie. That is a lie.
I
Here
don't
I
think he's
know.
what we need. I think right now, priority number one is the number 8. Priority number 2 for me personally is a left back, but I'll just say fullback. And then I would say another number 8 and another fullback. And then
Wait,
maybe Rodrigo as
what?
like 5th priority or something. But I think we desperately need actual midfielders and actual fullbacks.
I don't think we need two number eights because Nico Gonzalez can play eight. So do we
I
desperately
only
need
say
two
2
number
because
eight?
of Gibbs White. But that's gone really quiet. And there's rumors about that too. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's
I don't know
rumors
what's
that
going on there.
there's rumors that he wants to stay.
Also, but if we have serious problems coming up though, because I don't think we have enough foreign slots for all these players. And it doesn't sound like anybody's leaving. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
know how certain
we're not
players are
gonna know
even
yet.
registered.
We're not gonna know yet though that we're not gonna know if anybody's leaving until the last uh until obviously maybe the window opens or when it's close by. But look at this now. They're saying Reinders is the bid has been put in, so that means we are moving. It's just that unfortunately, it hasn't. For me, what has disappointed me with this window so far is, do you
You
know
don't
the way?
even open. Chill out.
Yeah, but no, listen to me. Is that because people are getting too excited, right? But the thing is, I was telling people that I'm not getting overly excited because there's a difference in language. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Like if you look at the Liverpool signings, they're saying they are talking. There's negotiations. You get my point? Negotiations. Liverpool have agreed personal terms. For City, Morgan Gibbs White was on the list. For City, um, obviously Reinders is the only one in advance. But what another? Cherokee is on the list. This list. Nori is on the list. Livramento is on the list. I want to be here that we are talking. Do you get a minute? We are talking to Livramento to get terms agreed. So this thing like the Rodrygo one, let's be serious for a minute with Rodrygo. Obviously, later on, don't start clipping me and saying, "Oh, you say this, but Patrick, hold this." I'm gonna say this right. If Rodrigo's coming to City, I think he's too big not for City to start rumors by Fab, and other like David Onstein, or right now to be saying we're talking to Rodrigo to agree terms. If that's how big Rodrigo is as a signing from Madrid, and none of the Madrid websites have said anything, none of the Madrid stars or the Madrid mouthpieces have said nothing. So we'll see. Maybe it's the surprise one. Maybe Madrid still want him to play the Club World Cup under the Madrid flag, and then they'll sell him later on. You never know that. But guys, what do you think, guys? Let us know in the comments. It's not a
Ooh.
very long video because at the end of the day, these transfer videos, you never make them long because if you make them long, people get bored and then people start moaning and complaining. And then I am too nice to start answering people's comments. Maybe this is the reason why
All right.
those other
Bring up
YouTubers
what
don't.
Ed said. Bring up this Ed comment.
What does it say?
That.
Okay,
I had
so
the article
Galatasaray
earlier.
hold serious interest in Bernardo Silva, but it depends if the club want to sell him. Hmm. It depends if
I think
Pep
that
wants to
means
sell
that
him.
Pep wants to sell him. I think Hugo Viana would sell Bernardo in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it depends if Pep wants to sell him.
I don't know. I think Viana has taken notes on who is not good enough and who needs to go. And like I said, we're in serious trouble with the foreign slots. If my calculations are correct, we have 19 players for 17 slots before we bring Rangers in.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to sell a lot of players, a lot of foreign slots. Based on
Who?
all the quotes after the season, everybody's happy, nobody wants to leave.
What do you
And
mean
you
nobody
can't
wants
just
to
bin
leave?
off Victor
Do you,
Hayes and Claudio Echeverri because they actually don't count right now because they're too young. So
do you
loaning
seriously
them
think
does
nobody
nothing
wants
to
to
help.
leave? Do you seriously think nobody wants to leave?
Yeah, Gundogan seems very happy to stay, and he's like number one on everyone's list to go because he's 35.
Because Gundo knows he's
Pep
35
will,
and
Pep will not let Bernardo leave. He literally won't let him leave.
yeah, but Gundo knows he's 35 and we offered him a ridiculous contract and he's sitting there saying if I push for a move, it has to be somebody offering me good money. Because don't forget that his contract is good for his age. That's why maybe you were right that time when you're
He's
saying some
on
of the keys.
210 a week. Why would he
Yeah,
give that up? Because we were
that's
dumb
good.
enough to give it to him.
That's good for
Swear
his
to
age,
God. And like we were saying, Pep played him every game just to trigger his extension.
and that's good for his age. You know that, right? Very good for his age because uh, imagine being 35 years old and that's the contract. Like nobody ever gives you that contract at that age. I've never seen anyone
Well,
give.
we're legally obligated to pay him.
Yeah, but I'm
So.
saying nobody ever gives such a contract at that age. Do you get my point? So we gave him a contract that, like, we gave him more money than young and up and coming youngsters or people who are. I don't know. It's just some of these things were mad. I don't know. Like that's what I was discussing earlier on when I was doing a transfer video yesterday. I was saying, how can you, after you refuse him a 2-year contract and tell him to go to Barcelona for free, and then you're like, okay, it's grand, come back, and then we'll give you the 2-year contract we refused you. Do you get my point? That was just silly for whoever did that. It says True City fan is grafting tonight. I'm grafting every day. Even right now, after this stream, I'm going to do a Chelsea reaction video just to show you guys how much graft I'm putting in. I don't know who's going to join. Kelpster did not watch the game, so I don't know if she
I
wants to come in
watched
and
some of
just
it.
yeah,
I
if
was
she wants to
I
come
was
in and just
getting I was getting my hair done, so I couldn't really
yeah,
watch.
yeah. Says
Pat's gonna say it looks ugly. No,
who say that? Me?
I'm joking.
Oh, there's yes, says Kelster is going in fire. Oh, okay. Uh,
This is the True City Fan channel. We spit nothing but fat. Phoebe Buffet.
what's the
I don't
Phoebe?
think a lot of people know that reference, but I'm very happy you brought it up.
Wait, is
Phoebe
that
had
Phoebe
long
from?
hair. This is the Rachel. This is almost the Rachel. A little different, but it's not the Phoebe. It's the Rachel. That's like peak 90s American culture right there. I think a lot of people weren't born for that or weren't watching.
Jesus Christ, you're getting compliments. Your hair looks lovely tonight, Kel. Jesus
Thanks,
Christ.
Lenny. Big up, Lenny.
If we get Nori and Reinders, it's already 10 out of 10, then we can do what they want. Yeah, that's the same for me.
Those
I
are
just want to
two.
fall back. And then if we go to
That's
Rodrygo is a bonus. Says Bernardo lives in Pep's basement. That is true. That is true.
I don't think he lives there. I think he's ball and chained. Like Pep only like unlocks his lock to let him go play, and then he like takes him home and I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, don't forget people get emotional here.
We're just joking. We're having some fun.
Yeah, people take certain things seriously, or they'll take them and then they'll remind you that you remember what you said. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, I am going to do the Chelsea reaction match just for the sake of banter, just for the sake of having something to do. I don't know if Kelkster is going to join, but we'll see. I'll send the link.
I mean, I can, but I only watched about 10 minutes of the game. I can just sit there and drink like an idiot in the background. My day off.
Yeah, says Chelsea interested in Doku. No, please let's not start. You know me and Doku in this thing. So Kevin came in late. I'm not gonna bring you in, Kevin. I'm gonna bring you in for the Chelsea match, so you can hold that, Kevin. And goodbye, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like. I'm going to go live again for the Chelsea reaction, just to do something. You know what I mean?
I'll be there. Why not?
Yeah, grand. See you guys.
I'll listen to them too. Mouth off.
It's not hope. It's not clickbait. We literally just showed you that somebody on Twitter just spoke about it. Yeah.
We're discussing tweets. This could be KFA territory. We don't know. This woman claims to be ITK, but she could be a KFA.
So we're doing the same thing as the Chersky news. So this is just similar thing. No, she doesn't have a channel. Unfortunately, she doesn't have the channel. If you want to see her, you see her here.
Channel.
Yeah,
Kel doesn't want to talk to herself on a stream, so
yeah. So if you want to see her, you see her here. This is where it should be marketed. Anyway, that's God. Who should be marketed?
Like and subscribe. If you subscribe, when we get to 4,500 subscribers here on True City Fan, we're gonna have a drunk stream.
That's what you've been waiting for, and I bet you're collecting alcohol for that because you keep talking about it. That's what you're collecting alcohol for. It says, Patrick, I got here, brother. This will be amazing. You got here late. That's why. And stop calling it clickbait before I throw this at you, Mud Hatter. Go to Maria. Somebody say it's Maria clickbait for sure. Yeah, it is maybe a clickbait, and maybe she coached her friend. But anyway, goodbye and see you. Wow,
goals. Wonderful goal. It's a title winner.
Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying!
Hat-trick hunting. Trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational.